Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Jack Mitchell with T-Coast Studios and Discount Directory, and today with Entrepreneur's Corner. Entrepreneur's Corner, as you know, is a program that we have for folks who are considering becoming an entrepreneur or who actually are entrepreneurs. And we try to showcase people in the community who are entrepreneurs or are very involved with entrepreneurs. And today, I have one of my very special friends and someone that I have hold in very high esteem. And one of the leading women, and I think it's really important for us on the show to highlight not just the guys, but to have here perhaps one of the most influential women in the business community. And I'm just really thrilled that Terissa Aronson, who is the head of the Chamber of Commerce for all of St. Lucie County. I almost said something else.
It's okay, I do it all the time.
Sorry about that. Of St. Lucie County. She's here with us, and I think I really want you to listen to what Terissa has to say, because this woman has a tremendous amount of experience, and a lot of wisdom, and a lot of knowledge. So we're thrilled to have you with us, Terissa.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
Terrific.
Thank you
That's
so
wonderful.
much for allowing me
Tell
to be
the
here.
folks just a little of your background and what you're doing at the Chamber right now.
Okay, well, I am the CEO, which you mentioned, the head of the...
For how long have you been CEO?
About almost 7 years, I want to say, six
Is it-
and a...
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, wow.
time flies.
I
always think I'm
remember
the
those
new
days.
girl,
Yeah, I remember.
but I'm not.
I remember when
Yes.
you weren't.
I know.
I know it, but I'm thrilled that you are.
Yeah, I've been with the Chamber since 2007, I guess.
Wow.
So 12 years, and it's been so fulfilling. Before that, I worked here on the Treasure Coast for Scripps.
Yep.
At that time, it was Scripps. I was the circulation sales manager for all their pubs, even the Jupiter Courier, and back then we had 2 in St. Lucie County.
Okay.
And I have a background in marketing. Went to Ohio State. As many people know, I'm a Buckeye through and through.
Okay. How are you doing on the basketball?
All right. All right.
Sorry about
all
that.
right.
Okay.
I
We'll
saw
continue
the
as
bracket.
friends.
That's
Okay.
okay. I earned that. You're
Okay,
right.
okay.
But,
So tell the people what's happened under your leadership, which has just been amazing.
Thank you.
In terms of the growth, not just in numbers, but the growth in spirit. What amazes me, I've been involved with chambers in the various counties around as I've grown my businesses, and there's no chamber that's as in my opinion. Now I'm biased.
I
but,
hope so.
Hopefully not terribly biased, but there's no chamber around that's more friendly, less political. We don't have cliques. People are welcome. You've done a super job with the ambassador program and what they do. So tell the folks a little about the growth of the chamber under your leadership.
Well, of course, I started during the recession, so that was very, very hard. So, coming out of that, it made me look good because we were just coming out of the recession.
Yeah.
But I can say that selfishly, I like to have fun at work, and I think most of the people like you know that about me.
Exactly.
And so if I'm going to have fun, you're going to have fun.
Yeah. And
I think that it's made a difference in the way people chamber.
It's created a culture, if you would, where we go there and we know we're going to have a good time. It's not stuffy, and again, it's not political with cliques and so forth. It's really pretty wonderful. Pretty wonderful.
You.
As the head of the chamber, you're also an entrepreneur in a sense.
Yes.
You lead quite a large organization. From a business point of view, what are some of the issues that you've had to deal with in terms of, as the CEO, growing a business?
Sure.
What are some of the areas that you've had to deal with that have been positive, and some of the areas that have really been challenging?
Well, the chamber is a not-for-profit, a nonprofit. But what I always tell people, and I tell them that when they come in to talk to me, and I'm getting ready to start this business, and I'm very passionate about the homeless, or I'm very passionate about youth, and I always say, that's fantastic. Passion never pays the bills. Whatever organization you are running, you need to run it like a business, like it's your own money, so that you can make sure that you're staying true to your mission. And everybody, if you don't know, you should know that without money, your mission is going to go by the wayside. So you have to run it like a business. That's the most important thing I think of when I think of my tenure at the chamber. For many years, we had not turned a profit, or we hadn't made. We were running in a deficit for over 20 years. And the last 6 years, starting with the first year I took over, we have put a small profit on the not-for-profit P&L, and that's my goal.
Yeah. And so for our audience out there, that it's important to be passionate about what you're doing, whether it's as a not-for-profit or it's a for-profit organization. So passion is really important to love what you're doing.
Yes.
But you have to treat it as a business. And
First and foremost.
It has to be financially sound. Is there any kind of, for the folks that are considering, is there any kind of, should they have a month's worth of money? Should they have a year's worth of money? What is there any thumbnail sketch that you have to?
I would say there isn't a thumbnail sketch. Now, you do need to have reserves. There's no doubt. I don't care what business you start, you need to have reserves. But I can't possibly know how to run a car wash and So we have experts that we work with and that we refer you to. But the one thing that is common amongst anybody starting as a business is sit down with somebody that can help you put a business plan together.
Business plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may be a great esthetician or a beautician and you cut the best hair in South Florida. Sit down with somebody that knows what it's going to cost to start that business and what you're going to need. And even plumbing comes in. If you're opening up a beauty shop, you need to know about sinks and you need to know about plumbing. And you need to know about drainage, and people don't really understand that. They just know I'm a great hair cutter.
Yeah.
Not enough research goes into it before they sign a lease. That's my biggest pet peeve is they pick out a space, they love the space, they sign the lease, and then they find out that what they're trying to put there isn't going to work. And that is so costly.
Wow. What great advice. And so many businesses don't make it because they haven't really planned sufficiently ahead of time, saying, okay, because you can get all carried away with, I'm a wonderful hair cutter or designer, whatever.
I'm a great hairdresser.
A hairdresser. And you get so excited about that you forget about the business aspects. And, what about parking? What about, as you say, plumbing and some of those kind of things
they don't really realize.
So, there isn't sufficient electricity in here, or whatever the case is. So.
Yep. And that's the wonderful thing about my tenure is I've really kind of delved into the advocacy of businesses.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, I chair something called the Development Review Task Force, which works
Say that again slowly.
Development Review Task Force.
Okay.
It's a group of just a couple people handpicked from the Treasure Coast Builders Association.
Okay, sure.
The Economic Development Council and the Realtors Association.
Okay.
And we work with all the municipalities, all the jurisdictions on the regulatory process, meaning permitting, plumbing, lift stations, business licensing, all of that stuff, because people don't get into the business of fixing AC or dressing hair, as well as lift stations, plumbing, ventilation, and zoning. So that's what we're here for. That's what we can help you with. And if anybody takes anything away from this video, talk to somebody before you sign any documents. And I really want them to come to us. We'll make sure that they're well taken care of.
So if I'm thinking of, and that's really a very generous offer. So if someone in our audience is considering getting into their own business, you're saying they can actually come to your office, and then you or one of your you have wonderful team members and wonderful staff, that they then would give them some guidance as to where to go in the community to get some information, whether it's SCORE or whether it's
the SBDC,
SPD or whatever.
Or maybe it's more advanced, maybe it's financial, we have people for that. And if it is permitting or signing a lease or location, brick and mortar, I will sit down with them typically myself, because that really is something I'm passionate about. I've seen so many people sign leases on spaces that were, well, maybe it had a daycare before. Well, that was 10 years ago. It's not able to house a daycare now. So that's something that I'm passionate about. So I will sit with you on that, and I will take you down to meet with city officials so that you can feel confident that when you sign that lease, you're going to be able to put your business there.
Yeah, that's fabulous. What I'm getting from Terissa, and Terissa, and I'm hoping you're getting it also, is the amount of prior planning that should be involved in starting an adventure. And get with people who are expert and have experience that can give you, have the humility.
Oh, yes.
Have the humility to say, you know what, you may be a great hairdresser, or you may be a great plumber, or whatever the case is, and we're not denying that. But get with people that really know about zoning, know about starting a business, and you have the Chamber of Commerce right here that's more than welcome and more than competent to have you come in and spend some time with you to help you be successful in your business and start it off correctly. Because if you start it off correctly, there's a good chance that you can grow it and be successful.
Absolutely.
Especially here in our community, it's growing.
Yeah.
The opportunities are fantastic here, Terissa.
Yeah. I always say the smartest people know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And that's where they get help. And I'm the same way. You know, I have a payroll company. I don't want to sit and do that all the time. And I have HR help. And so you can't do everything. You can't be everything to all people.
Yeah. But again, that takes a certain amount of honesty and humility. And we encourage all of you folks out there to have that sense of pride in what you do and what you know and what the skills that you can bring to the community and have a business. But have the humility to know that there are other people who have expertise that maybe you don't have, and use them, because there's so many people that are willing to help. Especially we have an organization like a wonderful Chamber of Commerce led by my very good friend and the leader of the Chamber, Terissa Aronson. Terissa, thank you so much. You're terrific, and thank you for joining us.
Me.
Wonderful.
I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you all. We'll see you the next time at Entrepreneur's Corner.
You've been listening to Entrepreneur's Corner, a talk show that interviews entrepreneurs of the Treasure Coast and gets valuable insight to their secrets for success and the story of their business. Sponsored by...
Are you looking for more customers? We've developed a highly effective state-of-the-art online local directory to promote discounts and deals from local business owners. Introduce yourself and share a special incentive for local residents on discountdirectory.net.
Shop local, support local, save local. DiscountDirectory.net and TCoastStudios.